Hi everyone, welcome to Stampin' Storytellers. Today we are going to make this card using the ice cream corner. Nope, it's not even that. It's the ice cream corner suite. It's the sweet ice cream stamp set with the coordinating ice cream builder punch that punches out the ice cream top and the cone. So to get started, I have an old olive card base that this section is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and then this section is 2 3/4. So I'll fold that, and I'm just going to start by adhering some of our designer series paper and some extra layers. So I have a layer of Whisper White or basic white. I still have some Whisper White left. That is 5 1/4 by 4. So I can adhere that to the inside of our card. Next, I have a layer of DSP. This is the ice cream DSP that is part of this suite, and it is just 1/8 of an inch smaller, so 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And that will center on there. Then for this top flap, I have a layer of white cardstock that is 2 1/2 by 4. Center that, and then another piece of the ice cream DSP that's 2 3/8 by 3 7/8, and that will layer nicely on there. Then I can set that aside, and we'll do some stamping on 2 pieces of Whisper White that are 2 1/2 by 3 7/8, and that's because I have 2 layers of crumb cake that are just 1/8 of an inch larger to mat these ones. Let me pull in a scrap piece of paper so I can stamp on these. So one is the outside and one is the inside. So I'll start with the little spatter image that in crumb cake ink and stamp those there. This is going to be the outside one. And then, oops. And then for our inside piece, I'm just going to do more on the corners. Then I'll wash off or clean my stamp, and we're going to move to the next color. Is Bermuda Bay. And do similar and we're just adding some interest here. So you can do a little bit or a lot. And wash my stamp. And the final color will be Old Olive. And wash that so I don't get ink everywhere. A Simply Chamois is such an easy way to clean your stamps at your desk, and it really comes clean every time. You don't have to worry about mixing up your colors. Then I'm going to stamp the thank you on our inside layer in Bermuda Bay. And center that there. Then we can adhere this layer on the crumb cake layer. And set that aside. Then on this layer, we want to stamp the sentiment, "You Melt My Heart," in Bermuda Bay ink. And I'm going to do that at the bottom right-hand corner. Just like that. And now we get to do some ice cream. On a scrap of Whisper White or Basic White, I am going to need one in Bermuda Bay. So I'll stamp that first. Before I do that, I want to make sure that I have my paper lined up the way that it's going to punch. So I always wanted to put in my cardstock from right to left so that I don't end up cutting off any of those pieces. So when I put it in, I can just punch, 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 and not worry about anything getting punched off on here. If I stamp them the other way, then it would be harder to line up without losing if I had stamped images. So if I lay my punch like this, and I know the scalloped part needs to be on the left-hand side. So I'll stamp one in Bermuda Bay and clean my stamp. Then I need one in Old Olive. And two in Blackberry Bliss. Then you can easily slide them in. There we go. So now I have 4 ice creams. So I have pre-punched my 2 ice cream cones out of the Ice Cream Corner DSP, and we can line those up on this front panel. So I will adhere this onto my crumb cake layer, add that one onto my Old Olive layer. Then I can add, starting from the bottom, the ice cream cones. And it looks like my punch kind of caught the edge, so I'm just going to trim that extra white off. Then I'll add, that one's kind of angled. There we go. I wanted it on an angle, not too much of an angle. So then I can add my layers of ice cream. Just like that. Then when we're assembling our card, we just want to make sure that we're only putting adhesive on this top. So if you're using tape runner, only put it here, or I like to put it on this section because then I know it's not going to ooze out the bottom, and I can just center that on there like that. And then our inside section, as long as I center it in the middle, then our front section will cover that up perfectly. So there is a fun card. One last touch is I'm going to add my Wink of Stella to my ice cream cones, or the ice cream itself. You want to make sure that the Wink of Stella moves the ink around. It'll pick it up kind of like a watercolor look. And you want to make sure that you don't go all the way to the edge where you have that white outline. And you can see how vibrant that ink color gets. Again, just making sure you don't go too crazy, and brush off your brush in between colors so that you don't get Blackberry Bliss on your Old Olive or Bermuda Bay. So there is my fun full card today using the Sweet Ice Cream stamp set along with the coordinating products in the Ice Cream Corner suite. If you liked my video today, please give me a like and subscribe to my channel so that you can see my future projects. If you'd like to order any Stampin' Up! Products, I would appreciate your orders. You can head over to my blog, stampinstorytellers.blogspot.com, and shop directly from there, or you can head to my shopping page, stampinstorytellers.stampinup.net. Remember that Celebration ends February 28th, and there's lots of great free items to choose from when you place an order. Thanks so much for joining me, and I will see you soon. Bye!